And as promised, in the studio with me, I've got another author, but it's unlike the interviews that you have heard on the show and that I have had on the show. The lady's name is Preeti Shenoy, and she's here talking about her new book, and I'm going to let you do the talking.
The name of my new book is Life is What You Make It, and it's essentially not actually a story about bipolar disorder. It is a story of courage, it's a story of love, it's a story of hope, but the underlying cause about, the entire book talks about how Ankita, it's the story of a young girl called Ankita Sharma, who is like any other college-going girl, but she gets into a severe mental problem, and then she finds herself in a mental hospital despite having everything going for her. She gets into a premier management institute, and the syndrome that she's affected with is bipolar disorder.
What is this disorder about?
Actually, not many people in India are aware of it. There's a lot of awareness in the West. It's a serious brain disorder. It causes dramatic shifts in moods, in energy levels, in attitudes, in ability to carry out everyday tasks. And the thing is, it's very difficult to recognize because it typically hits in late adolescence. So what happens is you just think that it is normal personality changes. And it's not like the usual moods that everyone goes through. It's not like some days we have low, some days one feels low, some days one feels happy. It's not at all like that. This is so severely crippling that it can result in damaged relationship, it can result in suicide, it can result in poor academic performance. And it's not that you cannot just snap out of it, you need medical help to get over it. And the sad part is not many are aware. Exactly. They just think that, it's just growing up. She's just being difficult. It's not that. They need help. So this was one of the, the book actually doesn't, it just illustrates it. The whole story just illustrates it.
So Preeti, what led to you taking this as the topic of your book or writing about it?
It was a story that just had to be written because the real life Ankita is a really inspiring person. When I heard her story, I was really moved.
So is the girl in India, or was this abroad when you were traveling?
Bipolar syndrome is something which I had always been aware of. But the way that she overcame it was a story that had to be told, and which is what comes across in the book.
Wow. So I believe we do have copies of the books to give away as well.
That is right, yeah.
But what you need to do is keep those dials locked to 919, because when I come back, we will get talking to Preeti about her first book. Not this one, but the first book, which happens to be on the lighter side of life. Is that right?
That is right. It's a collection of real life incidents. My two books couldn't have been more different than each other. They are like completely different.
So make sure you come back if you want to win both the books here on 919. A very good afternoon. You are keeping it locked to Planet Indigo, and my name is Shweta. And in the studio with me is a writer, and she's a mother as well. How do you juggle between writing and managing your children, their examinations, Preeti?
It's a tough task. I write late in the night. I'm an artist as well. I do portraiture.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just, I have a lot of support from my husband. That helps a lot. And my children are good kids. When mommy needs to write,
they let you be.
Oh yes, when mommy needs to write, she needs to write.
Wow. So do you get into your zone as and when to write, or it just happens like across the day, as and when you feel like you take 15 minutes off?
No, I have to write. I have to be disciplined about it. In UK, it was much easier, I felt, because not even a leaf will come to your door without permission. In India, it's like the doorbell goes off all the time. In India, I'm finding it a little difficult, but yeah, it's fine.
But are you like Bangalore born and brought up?
I've lived for 8 years in Bangalore. My daughter was born in Bangalore, in fact. I have a lot of friends in Bangalore. So Bangalore is always like home to me.
Nice. So now, are you going to be in Bangalore for good? Is that what this is about?
I want to grow roots here. That's what I told my husband. I've moved so much. I don't want to move anymore.
You exactly sound like me. My parents did that to me.
I'm
from a defense background, so we were all over the country.
Oh yes, my husband comes from defense background too.
And now I actually sit and think, where am I really from?
Yes.
But tell me a little about your first book, which happens to be The Lighter Side of Life.
Yeah, my first book, in fact, went on to be a national bestseller. And to be honest, it's just a collection of 34 real-life incidents.
Are these from your life?
They are from my life, but they could have been from anyone's life. So everyone who's read the book, it's like very common in everyday incidents which can happen to anyone. So it's non-fiction. It's basically, it's all real. It's creative non-fiction. So people ask me why I have named it Bubblegums and Candies. And what I have said is life is a bit like bubblegums and candies. Sometimes you have to keep chewing so that you extract whatever you can out of it.
Wow.
And at times the bubble you blow bursts unexpectedly. It just goes all wrong. And sometimes the incidents are so sweet that you lick it slowly, you want it to last. And sometimes when you greedily bite off more than you can chew, a hard-boiled candy slips down your throat and you just have to bear the pain till it goes down.
So are you already working on your next book now?
Oh yes, I am.
What is it?
Third and the fourth. The third would probably be a sequel to the first. The fourth would again be a full-length novel.
Wow.
So
when do we see that being launched or released in India?
the third one I should probably complete in about 4 months' time from now.
Well, here's the thing. We do have sets of the books written by Preeti Shenoy to give out. Now, you need to tell me, what does she define life as in her first book? Is it the bubblegum or is it the candy? Get cracking this one and leave me a text on 52919. And thank you so much, Preeti, for making time and coming over to the studio.
Thanks a lot, Shweta. It's been a pleasure talking to you.